We've explored more of outer space than we have our own oceans. So what's hiding in the deep? Strange sounds, shadows on sonar, and creatures that match ancient myths. Some have been caught on camera. Others live in the nightmares of sailors and scientists. Let's separate fact from fiction and see what's really swimming below the surface. In this video, we'll tell you the most fascinating sea monsters ever recorded or whispered about in ancient legends. From mysterious underwater sounds to ancient beasts, these are the deep sea's greatest mysteries. Let's begin. In 1997, a strange ultra-low frequency sound was detected in the South Pacific by NOAA. It was so loud it could be heard across the ocean. They called it the Bloop. The sound came from an area near Point Nemo, the most remote part of the ocean, where no humans live, and possibly no humans have ever been. Some theorists believe the sound came from a massive creature, unknown to science. A few even connected it to H.P. Lovecraft's fictional sea god, Cthulhu, a sleeping giant beneath the waves. NOAA eventually claimed it was likely the result of ice breaking up, an ice quake. But skeptics remain. Could something be lurking down there large enough to make a sound louder than a blue whale? The sea eater is a lesser-known cryptid from sailor stories and internet forums. It's described as a massive dark shape moving just below the surface, consuming everything in its path: fish, boats, even whales. There's no real evidence, no photos or video, but the story keeps resurfacing. Some believe it's not a creature at all, but a symbol. The ocean itself, vast, indifferent, and all-consuming. Off the coast of South America, some fishermen claim to have seen something strange. Gran Maja. Described as a massive, fast-moving serpent with fins, Gran Maja is often compared to the Leviathan, or an enormous eel. There are blurry sonar images and some unverified footage, but no hard proof. Is it a cryptid, a misidentified whale, or something still undiscovered? The Kraken is one of the oldest sea monster myths. Sailors feared its massive tentacles, which were said to wrap around ships and drag them to the ocean floor. For centuries, it was dismissed as fantasy. But then came the giant squid, a real animal confirmed by science. It lives in the deep sea, can reach over 40 feet in length, and has eyes the size of dinner plates. Suddenly, the Kraken didn't seem so far-fetched. Could terrified sailors have seen giant squid breaching the surface and exaggerated what they saw? In Greek mythology, the Hydra was a serpent-like sea creature with multiple heads. Cut off one, and two more would grow back. No creature regenerates like that, but the ocean is filled with strange alien life. Siphonophores, for example, look like glowing sea snakes made up of dozens of connected organisms. Polycate worms regenerate body parts. Some jellyfish can even reverse their life cycle. The Hydra might not have been real, but it may have been inspired by real creatures that looked and acted unnatural. The Leviathan appears in ancient texts, often described as a sea dragon or serpent of chaos. Some think it was based on sightings of whales or marine reptiles like the mosasaur, which lived during the age of dinosaurs. Like the Kraken and Megalodon, the Leviathan symbolizes something bigger than just a creature. It represents fear of the deep, something massive, unkillable, and unknown. The Ningen is a modern cryptid from Japanese folklore. Described as a pale, human-shaped sea creature with no face and long limbs, it's said to live near Antarctica. Japanese fishing crews have claimed sightings, and some blurry photos and videos circulate online. Whether it's a hoax, a hallucination, or something real, the Ningen taps into a deep fear. What if something is watching us from the deep? She's not from the ocean, but we can't skip Nessie. The Loch Ness monster is often described as a plesiosaur-like creature living in Scotland's Loch Ness. Sightings go back centuries. Some call it a hoax. Others believe it's a misidentified sturgeon, seal, or even a wave. But one thing's for sure. Nessie is proof that humans love a good sea monster story. Cthulhu is fictional, a cosmic horror created by writer H.P. Lovecraft. But his influence is real. Cthulhu is said to sleep beneath the Pacific Ocean, waiting to rise again. Fans have even connected real events, like the Bloop, to his myth. The idea that something enormous and unknowable is hiding beneath the waves is both terrifying and weirdly believable. The Megalodon was a prehistoric shark that grew up to 60 feet long. Its jaws could crush bones, and its teeth were as big as a human hand. Science says megalodons went extinct millions of years ago, but some believe it could still survive in the deep trenches of the ocean, places we've never explored. Is that likely? Probably not, but the idea of a massive, undiscovered predator out there keeps the legend alive. Unlike most creatures on this list, orcas are real and terrifying. They're apex predators. They work in teams. They've been seen hunting sharks, seals, even whales. Despite their name, they're not whales at all. They're dolphins. Intelligent, strategic, and possibly more advanced than we realize. Some ancient myths described orcas as sea demons or omens. Maybe they weren't far off. Pilot whales are deep-diving, emotional, social creatures. They often travel in family pods and have been observed engaging in mass strandings. Some scientists believe they follow sick leaders to shore out of loyalty. This raises big questions. Do whales grieve? Can they feel loyalty like humans? They remind us that the ocean isn't just dangerous. It's emotional, mysterious, and full of life we still don't fully understand. The sperm whale is the largest toothed predator on Earth. It dives thousands of feet deep to hunt giant squid, sometimes leaving behind scars the size of truck tires from their battles. Their heads are filled with spermaceti, once thought to be magical, and they produce the loudest sound of any animal. It's not hard to imagine early sailors seeing these whales surface in the fog and mistaking them for monsters. The blue whale is not a myth, it's real, and it's the largest animal to ever exist on Earth, even bigger than any dinosaur. It can grow up to 100 feet long and weigh more than 200 tons. Its heart is the size of a small car. Its tongue weighs as much as an elephant. Despite its enormous size, the blue whale is surprisingly quiet and elusive. It dives deep, travels vast distances, and can vanish into the ocean without a trace. For centuries, sailors told stories of enormous shadows beneath their ships, of massive creatures rising from the deep. Many of those stories may have been inspired by real blue whales, seen only for seconds before disappearing into the waves. But even now, we don't fully understand them. Why do they sing across entire oceans? How do they navigate such massive migrations? And how many are really left? The blue whale is proof that the ocean doesn't need fantasy to be unbelievable. Some of its giants are very real and still mostly unknown. The ocean is Earth's last great mystery. Some of the creatures we've talked about are real. Others live only in myths, but all of them remind us how little we truly know about the deep. So what do you think? Are these sea monsters real or just misunderstood? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep sea mysteries. Thanks for watching.